How a client came to me for a screen menu design. A few weeks ago, I experienced something that reminded me why I truly enjoy working as a designer. It started like any other normal day. I was sitting at my workspace, checking emails and messages from potential clients. As someone who specializes in menu design services, especially digital screen menus for restaurants, cafes, and fast food shops, I usually receive inquiries from business owners looking to improve how they present their products to customers. On this particular day, I received a message from a restaurant owner who was opening a new fast food outlet and wanted a professional screen menu that could attract customers and clearly display all food items. At first it seemed like a normal request, but as our conversation continued, it turned into an interesting project that showed how important good design can be for a growing business. The client first contacted me through an online platform where I showcase my design portfolio. In his message, he introduced himself and briefly explained his situation. He said he was about to open a modern fast food restaurant and wanted something more attractive than a traditional printed menu. Instead of using posters or static boards, he wanted a digital screen menu that could be displayed on a large LED screen inside his shop. His goal was to make the ordering process easier for customers while also making the restaurant look modern and professional. He had already seen some examples of my previous work and said that the clean layout and bright colors I used in my designs caught his attention. Because of that, he believed I could create something similar for his restaurant. After reading his message, I replied and thanked him for reaching out. I asked a few basic questions to understand his needs better. I wanted to know the size of the screen he would use, the type of food items he wanted to display, and whether he had a specific theme or color scheme in mind. Within a short time, he responded with more details. He told me that the screen would be placed above the counter where customers place their orders. The menu needed to include categories such as burgers, pizzas, fries, drinks, and special combo deals. He also mentioned that the design needed to be clear enough so customers could read it from a distance. Our conversation continued for a while as we discussed different design ideas. I explained how a good screen menu should be organized so customers can quickly find what they are looking for. Instead of putting everything randomly on the screen, I suggested dividing the menu into sections with clear headings and using icons or small images to make each item more appealing. I also told him that the colors of the menu should match the brand identity of his restaurant. If the restaurant used red and yellow colors, for example, the menu should reflect those colors so everything looks consistent. The client seemed very interested in these suggestions. He admitted that before contacting me, he had not realized how much planning goes into a menu design. For him, it was simply a list of food items and prices. But once I explained how design can influence customer decisions and improve the ordering experience, he became even more excited about the project. He said he wanted the menu to not only show food items but also make customers feel hungry the moment they look at the screen. After discussing the concept, I asked the client to send all the information I needed for the design. This included the full list of menu items, prices, the restaurant logo, and any images of the food he wanted to include. He sent everything within a day. When I opened the files, I could see that he had a wide variety of items, including several types of burgers, pizzas, sandwiches, desserts, and beverages. Because the list was quite long, I knew the biggest challenge would be organizing everything in a way that looked clean and easy to read. Before starting the actual design, I spent some time planning the layout. I sketched a rough structure showing where each category would appear on the screen. The goal was to make sure that the most popular items were placed in the most visible areas. For example, the restaurant's special combo deals would appear in the center because they were likely to attract the most attention. Drinks and side items would appear on one side of the screen so customers could quickly add them to their orders. Once the layout idea was ready, I started working on the digital design. I chose colors that matched the restaurant's branding and used bold typography so the text could be easily read from a distance. I also added high-quality food images to make the menu more visually appealing. The images were carefully placed so they enhanced the design without making the screen look crowded. Every element had a purpose, from the size of the headings to the spacing between menu items. After completing the first version of the screen menu, I sent it to the client for feedback. He responded quickly and said he was impressed with how professional the design looked. However, he also requested a few small changes. He wanted one of the combo deals highlighted more clearly and asked if we could adjust the placement of the drinks section. This is a normal part of the design process, so I happily made the revisions. Within a short time, I sent the updated version of the menu. This time the client was completely satisfied. He said the design looked exactly how he had imagined, and he was excited to display it on the restaurant's screen. A few days later, he even sent me a photo of the menu installed in the shop. Seeing the design come to life in a real business environment was very rewarding. This project reminded me that design is not just about making something look nice, it is about solving problems and helping businesses communicate better with their customers. A well-designed screen menu can make ordering faster, highlight profitable items, and improve the overall experience for people visiting the restaurant. Since completing that project, the same client has contacted me again for additional design work, including promotional posters and social media graphics for his restaurant. It's always great when a single project turns into a long-term working relationship. It shows that when you deliver quality work and communicate well with clients, they trust you with future projects. For me, every client story is a reminder that behind every design request there is a business owner trying to grow their brand. When I create a menu design, I'm not just arranging text and images on a screen. I'm helping someone present their business in the best possible way. And sometimes, that simple message from a new client can turn into a project that makes a real difference for their business.